So now let us discuss about Joule's law of heating effect. So heat produced in a circuit is directly proportional. According to this formula, Joule has given a law. That law is known as what? Joule's law of heating effect. So the statement of Joule's law of heating effect: heat produced in a circuit is directly proportional to the square of the current flowing through it and directly proportional to the resistance of the circuit and directly proportional to the time for which current flows. So on the basis of this, the derivation of heat produced, if the question is asking define Joule's law of heating effect, also derive the mathematical expression for it, then you have to go through this. If it is asking derive the heating formula for heating effect in terms of power, then you have to go through this. Okay. So now on the basis of this statement, heat produced in the circuit is directly proportional to the current, square of the current. Again, heat produced in the circuit is directly proportional to the resistance of the circuit. Again, heat produced is directly proportional to the time for which current flows through the circuit. So by combination of these three, we are going to get H, heat produced by the circuit, is directly proportional to I square RT. So to make this equal, both sides equal, we have to multiply a proportionality constant, that is H is equal to 1 by J I square RT. Here 1 by J is called proportionality constant, whose value, and this proportionality constant is given by Joule, and that's why it is called Joule's constant for heating effect. So whose value is approximately 1. This 1 by J value is approximately 1. That's why, neglecting this, we will get H, heat produced by the circuit, is equal to I square RT. So this is all about Joule's law of heating effect. Now application of heating effect. So the phenomenon of heating effect is used to produce heating gadgets like electric iron, electric toaster, electric heater, etc. So now let us discuss about electric power. So the rate at which electric energy is dissipated or consumed in a circuit is called electrical. Already we have discussed. So I can write P is equal to W by T. This is work done or energy consumed per unit time, means total time is divided. So per second I can get the energy consumed, that is called power. So now, as we know, potential difference is equal to work done by moving Q charge. So from this I can get W is equal to VQ. Now substituting this value W is equal to VQ here, I will get P is equal to VQ by T. So here Q by T is current. So I can write P is equal to V by I, VI. So now power in terms of V, that is voltage and current. So this is what? Power in terms of voltage and current. This is equation 1. That means if voltage and current is given, then it is asking for power, then you can get by this formula. So now replacing, as we know, V is equal to IR. So now replacing V by IR, we will get P is equal to I square by I square R. So this is second equation for power. So if current is given and resistance is given, then it is asking for power, then you can use this formula. So power, that is called power in terms of current and resistance. Now again, as you know, I is equal to V by R, that is Ohm's law. Current is directly proportional to voltage, potential difference, and inversely proportional to resistance. So I is equal to V by R. So now in this, replacing I by V by R, we will get P is equal to V into V by R. So P becomes is equal to V square by R. This is equation 3. So if voltage is given and resistance is given, then we can get the power of the circuit. So now this is power in terms of voltage and resistance. From above these three equations, power is equal to VI, power is equal to I square R, and power is equal to V square by R. So we can get power is equal to Vi is equal to V square R and is equal to I square R. Okay. So now the SI unit of power is watt, because we know joule per second or joule per second. Joule per second is also named as watt in the honor of scientist Watt.